Christine Angelica Faba de Serra was born in 1997 in General Santos City, a well-known tourist destination in the Philippines. There, Christine grew up in a happy, harmonious, and prosperous family. Since childhood, Christine has been an educated, kind, and cheerful child. In fact, from a young age, Christine dreamed of traveling the world due to her curiosity about the outside world. In 2010, her parents enrolled her in one of the best schools in the city, Heritage Academy of the Philippines. In 2013, after graduating from high school, Christine ventured out of the city to continue her education at the University of the Philippines, Mindanao, in Davao City. During her time in college, Christine began to socialize and make many friends, both male and female. On campus, Christine was also active in several activities, including participating in a cheer dance team, which made her quite popular on campus and on social media. Starting in 2017, Christine began building her career as an influencer and model on Instagram. That same year, she graduated with honors, achieving cum laude, a proud accomplishment. 2017 was a golden year for Christine, as besides completing her studies with outstanding achievements, she also became the runner-up in a local beauty pageant, Miss Silka Davao. 2 years later, in 2019, Christine landed her dream job as a flight attendant with the largest airline in the Philippines, Philippine Airlines. Since childhood, Christine had aspired to travel the world, so this job was a significant achievement for her. Due to her work, Christine moved again and settled in Manila, pursuing her career as a flight attendant, while also being a top influencer and model there. With her career continuing to rise, Christine began to socialize with new friends, all of whom were men, and openly acknowledged that they were gay. Her friends generally came from elite families, worked as influencers, and were employed at the same airline. Christine often created content with them, especially when they celebrated together by hosting small parties in luxury hotels. These parties were always accompanied by alcohol. Christine felt very safe with her gay friends, as she felt protected. She once expressed that she felt safer befriending gay men because she believed they would not touch her, even when they were drunk and staying together in hotels. However, that was all before the tragic event occurred. 2 days before the incident, on December 28, 2020, Christine posted a photo on her Instagram wearing her flight attendant uniform inside an airplane during the pandemic, with a caption stating that it was her last flight. This was indeed her final duty for 2020, as she was about to take her New Year holiday leave, with the date being December 28, 2020. However, that flight turned out to be her last flight of her life. A few days later, comments from her fans began to emerge. But before all that happened, after receiving her New Year holiday leave, Christine and her 3 friends, Rafael, Rommel, and John Reyes, immediately planned a New Year's party at their favorite 5-star hotel, City Garden Grand Hotel, located in the heart of Manila. They booked 2 rooms in the hotel, room numbers 2209 and 2207. At the party, Christine's 3 friends planned to invite their friends as well, whom Christine did not personally know, but she did not mind and allowed her friends to invite their acquaintances. So, at that time, the party was indeed open to their friends. After their rooms were booked, on New Year's Eve, specifically on December 31st, 2020, in the evening, Christine and her 3 friends went out to a nightclub for dinner and drinks. After that, they separated temporarily to get ready for the night's party. At 11 p.m., Rommel and Rafael were the first to arrive at the hotel to check in. 5 minutes later, Christine followed. Upon arriving, the atmosphere was already lively because their friends, including the hotel manager, had also joined the party that night. Then, just before midnight, Christine had a video call with her mother to wish her a Happy New Year. That was the last update from Christine, as no one knew what actually happened on New Year's Eve after that. The next morning, on January 1st, 2021, when her friends finally woke up, they were shocked to find Christine's body lying in the bathtub, already blue and stiff, but still breathing. Some of Christine's friends immediately reported the incident to the hotel staff. The hotel staff quickly took Christine to the clinic in the hotel for first aid using CPR. However, since Christine did not regain consciousness, she was rushed to the nearest hospital, Makati Medical Center. Unfortunately, upon arrival at the hospital, the doctor declared that Christine had already passed away. Christine's friends, Rommel, Raphael, and Reyes, who initially accompanied her to the hospital, were very shocked when the doctor informed them that Christine was dead. After her passing was confirmed, the hospital staff immediately contacted Christine's parents to inform them of the incident. Christine's parents, upon hearing the news, were understandably shocked and couldn't believe what they were being told. They immediately traveled from General Santos City to Manila with a flight that took 2 hours. Upon arrival and seeing Christine's body, they were even more shocked because her body had turned completely blue and, strangely, there were several bruises on her body, especially on her arms and both thighs, as if the bruises indicated some unusual cause. Because of this, Christine's parents, who were already suspicious, promptly reported the incident to the police there. The police immediately began handling the case and investigating the exact cause. It turned out that there were indeed many bruises on Christine's body that were considered suspicious. Even more alarming, the police also found semen on Christine's body. This led the police to suspect that Christine had been murdered and possibly raped. That was their initial assumption. However, further certainty was still needed, and the police continued to delve into the case by conducting a thorough autopsy on Christine's body to investigate the exact cause. Meanwhile, news about Christine began to spread widely and caused a stir throughout the Philippines, especially among her fans. Christine was known as a beloved influencer, and the news of her death broke many hearts. The public demanded that the police quickly uncover the case. In response to the public outcry, the police acted swiftly and immediately conducted an investigation in the hotel room where Christine and her friends held their New Year's party. They also examined all the CCTV footage available in the hotel. From the CCTV footage, it appeared that around 11 p.m., Christine and her friends were still acting normally, moving back and forth between room 2209 and the adjacent room 2207. Shortly after, Christine was seen running from room 2207 to room 2209 while carrying shoes and a bottle of wine. In the early morning, Christine was seen going back and forth from the adjacent room with a man wearing a white hat. It was even captured on CCTV that the two of them were kissing in front of room 2209. Several times, Christine was also seen walking unsteadily. Then, around 12:30 a.m., Christine was seen being carried by the man in the hat from room 2207 to room 2209. That was the last time Christine was seen alive. Because afterward, on the same day, at 12:30 p.m., hotel staff brought Christine out in a wheelchair, unconscious, with her body already blue, and she was rushed to the hotel clinic. So, that was the CCTV footage, showing their activities and several oddities regarding what actually happened to Christine that night. Based on the CCTV footage, the police ultimately detained Christine's three friends, Rommel, Raphael, and John Reyes, for further questioning. The detention of these three friends intensified the public interest in the case, as they were all prominent figures. Rommel was an actor who had appeared in several major films in the Philippines, and he was also an influencer working for one of the largest airlines in the country. Meanwhile, Raphael was the son of Claire Del Fuente, a legendary singer highly celebrated in the Philippines. Raphael was also a famous chef there. John Reyes, on the other hand, was the winner of the Mr. Gay World Philippines contest. Since the LGBT community is legally recognized in the Philippines, John Reyes' victory in this contest made him very famous and regarded as a significant achievement. So those are the three prominent names among Christine's friends who became entangled in this case. During their interrogation, all three claimed they did not know what had happened to Christine that night. However, they also revealed that there were 9 other people, each a friend of theirs, who had also participated in the party on the night of the incident, one of whom was the man in the hat who was seen on CCTV carrying Christine. The man was named Valentin Rosales, who was also known as an influencer under the stage name Alan Chen. Because these 9 individuals were also prominent figures, the police requested that they surrender immediately. However, by that time, they had all gone into hiding, prompting the police to threaten violent arrests if they did not come forward. Due to this threat, one by one, they eventually surrendered to undergo questioning. During the interrogation, they all claimed they did not know what had happened to Christine. According to their statements, the New Year's party that night was held in 2 rooms, and the event proceeded normally without any issues. They acknowledged that they were under the influence of alcohol that night. When morning came, they claimed to be shocked to find Christine lying in the bathtub with her body already blue. Consequently, they immediately sought help from the hotel staff to take Christine to the hotel clinic. That was their account, which did not explain the cause of the bruises on Christine's body or the semen found on her. Because of their testimonies, the case, which was on the verge of being resolved, became murky. Previously, the police had stated that this was a murder case, but suddenly they changed their statement, filled with inconsistencies. After the autopsy results were released, the police claimed that Christine's cause of death was natural, due to her own mistakes. The autopsy revealed that Christine died from a brain aneurysm, which is a rupture of a blood vessel in her brain, due to her own medical condition. This autopsy result shocked Christine's parents, and they protested, as Christine was a flight attendant who routinely underwent medical checkups as required by her airline. Christine's medical examinations had always shown that she had no dangerous illnesses, especially not in her brain. Another oddity that Christine's parents noted was that the police did not conduct a thorough autopsy. For example, the police did not mention the cause of the bruises on Christine's body, or the semen that had previously been found. Because of this, Christine's parents felt that the police had not conducted the autopsy properly. The police merely claimed that Christine's body could not be thoroughly examined because her bladder was empty of urine. Christine's parents, unhappy with the autopsy results, demanded a second autopsy. However, it turned out that the police had already embalmed Christine's body for preservation. This made it impossible to conduct another autopsy, as the embalming process damaged the forensic evidence on her body. The embalming process also shocked Christine's parents, as the preservation should have been done with the knowledge of the family and their church. Therefore, the process of burial should not actually be the police's responsibility. However, oddly enough, the police carried out everything without confirmation from the family. Even more strangely, although Christine's body had been embalmed, a second autopsy was still conducted, even though the results would not be accurate. Sure enough, when the results of the second autopsy came out, they still stated that Christine died from natural causes, namely a rupture of a blood vessel in her brain, which was considered to be her own medical condition. These autopsy results were still deemed valid in court. In court, those who identified as gay were deemed unlikely to have raped Christine. Because of the autopsy results and their statements, they were all released, and the case was not considered a murder case. However, this led many netizens, especially Christine's fans, to demand justice. The hashtag Justice for Christine de Serra trended on Twitter. Christine's family felt they did not receive justice, eventually appealing directly to the president of the Philippines at the time. Yet, this too yielded no results. After the case concluded, the lead investigator named Harlot Depositar, who initially handled the case, stated that Christine was a victim of murder and rape. He was also the one who issued the order to arrest all of Christine's friends, who were considered suspects. However, he ultimately became seen as guilty for allegedly swaying public opinion to believe this was a murder case. He was also criticized for arresting people who were not actually perpetrators. As a result, Harlot was tried and dismissed from the Philippine police force, even though he was close to uncovering the case, especially regarding what really happened to Christine on New Year's Eve. To this day, many still believe that this case remains unsolved and is still a mystery. However, what do you think? Is the autopsy result accurate in stating that Christine died from natural causes? Or was it perhaps due to alcohol or even drugs related to an overdose? But if that's the case, why were semen and bruises initially found on Christine's body? And why did it all seem to be omitted from the autopsy results? Why did the police go through the trouble of embalming Christine's body, which was not their duty? while Christine's parents were still fighting for a second autopsy to uncover the truth and achieve justice for Christine. Regardless, concerning Christine's three friends, even though they were released and considered innocent in court, they remained regarded by the public as perpetrators. They faced social sanctions as a result. 2 years after the case, Christine's three friends were interviewed by a local media outlet, where they claimed to have been ostracized in their communities and dismissed from their jobs. They received no job offers due to being branded as murderers, leading them to depression and even expulsion from their families. In the interview, they also stated that they did not do anything wrong to Christine and expressed deep affection for her as a friend. So, that was their statement during the interview with one of the media outlets. However, whatever the case may be, I hope Christine's experience serves as a lesson for all of us to prevent such incidents from happening again in the future. What are your thoughts on this case? What lessons can be learned? Write your answers in the comments. Subscribe, and see you next time at 9 a.m. for the next case.